Hey there, Monster fans! Whoop whoop! I had to do the song. I'm sorry. I had to do it. I haven't been here in 2 weeks. You think I'm going to let a moment like that pass me up? No. The answer would be N-O. So I just want to thank you all for coming to the show today. Some of you will be struggling a little bit later, but you know, we know how it is. Y'all want some monster loving. Today we have 007 and me, Little Scribe, hosting. Chorus Kate can't be with us, so we're kind of swapping places. It's, like I said in the post, a bit of a crazy month. So thanks for bearing with us, everybody. Let's do a double check on the sound check. Here, let me see where we're at. So we have Triskel, we have got Barney, Rent Money, 007. You guys can all hear me okay, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, good. Barney, I don't know who you are. Have you been on our show before? Once?
Yeah, he's a second time listener, long time monster fan, I guess.
Long time fan, second time listener.
He's in the
Awesome.
Discord now. He's a whitelist author. So.
Oh, is he now? Somehow got banned.
What's that?
He says he somehow got banned.
Got banned?
I don't know. Banned from what? He's typing. From Steam Monsters? What? Is that even possible? Did you buy too many cards? Also, hey to Twitch fans, although, let me check our little Twitch situation. Our Twitch sitch.
Oh no, what happened is he accidentally got banned, but I'm pretty sure he's still in there now. Like, he accidentally did in the server. I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's kind of funny. So we're glad you're good.
Back in.
Yeah, and the Hive. Hey, the Hive. Glad to see you, Sparkeasy. Or Sparksy. Is it Sparkeasy or Sparksy? I can never get that right.
That's a good question. I don't actually know. That's a good question.
Yeah. I'm full of good questions. So, I want you guys to go over to my Vim broadcast for 2 reasons. Number one, I just want you to test out the chat, because I have the chat, what's it called? the overlay on my stream, and I just want to make sure it's up and running. And then number two, there's something a little different about Little Scribe today. So if you want to go take a look, whoever guesses first and puts it into the Steam Monster Show chat of our Vim channel gets to win a card. And 007, didn't you say you were going to kind of tailor the cards today as opposed to giving out booster packs?
Well, I thought we always keep coming here and saying we offer cards, but then I thought to myself, I'm like, well, because Contest Kings is the sponsor, like, we can do a few different things. So, like, for example, someone may not want a card, they may want to upvote on their post or something instead. So I'm like, well, we don't really need to limit it to one thing anymore.
Oh.
Because I'm going to just give someone like $1.50 upvote or something on their post or something, I guess. So we don't really have to limit it, I guess, anymore. We can sort of do a card or do an upvote or something else.
So then maybe what they could do is pick if they want to upvote or a card or a booster pack, or do you want to just pick?
Well, booster pack, it's better to do. I think it's better. It's better for them. It's better for me to do cards from booster packs because, you know, a lot of the time the booster pack comes out with potentially something that they like. A lot of the people that we have in the show, is obviously as well, right? So a lot of the things they might get in a booster pack might not be exactly what they're trying to build their deck with at the moment, because I know a lot of guys are building a team, like a specific team, so when they get something that's sort of not from that team, they're trying to flip it or whatever just to get specific cards. So
okay, well, I guess then they can choose between a card and a upvote or something, or a foot rub.
yeah.
007, you want...
I'll make it good. Don't worry. So just tell me who the winners are, and then I'll work out a prize for it.
Okay. 007 just said he's gonna fly overseas and give you a foot rub.
I don't know about that. I don't.
No, that's not what you just said.
Who's gonna pay for my flight?
I think
Ned?
we can.
I'll jump on Ned's plane.
Yeah, we'll figure something out. I think you're just stressing over really little details here, 007. Flight schmite. It's only like
Stressing over the.
So, okay, so has anybody hopped over on Vim? Hop over on Vim and show me that it's working.
Well, I've put a comment in Vim.
You did or you will?
No, I did.
Huh, okay, I must not have the updated link. Let me fix that. Please hold. I guess I have to update it every time. That's what I'm thinking. Okay. Let's see here. Dashboard.
It's all trial and error with these sort of things.
There we go.
It if you like,
Oh, good. Okay. I just had to update it or refresh it. Yeah, Chirin just says that. He says, I think you might need a refresh on that browser source for the chat. So, okay. So did anybody guess what's different about Little Scribe today? Anybody, any guesses? So, Chirin, you're so nice. Look, he's here visiting us again. Any guesses? Any guesses? Well, I'll give you one thing that's different about me today. And that is that I'm wearing my Fitbit. The thing is, guys, my Fitbit, I lost my Fitbit battery charger. Like I lost my Fitbit charger. And so my Fitbit died. And for like a month, I just never got a charger. So I finally got a charger for my Fitbit. And now I can not only wear it, but now I can actually exercise. Because you can only exercise if you have your Fitbit on, right? Is that how it works?
I believe so.
Well, it's just, you know, the excuses are, oh, I can't exercise because I'm not getting credit for it. So we've got, oh, Funnel, I know you were so tired and you came to the show anyway. Thanks for showing up, guys. I'm loving it.
He was tired. It was in general commenting, and I'm like, you got to come over to the other channel. You got to come over. Don't be in general. General's not going to help you right now.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to leave that one open. I think Crystal Pacheco is going to know what's different. If you guys go over to Vim and look at me on the video and figure out what's different about Little Scribe today, then you win a free prize, and Contest Kings is in charge of that prize. We don't know what it is, but 007 says that he's going to get on a plane and fly over and give you a foot rub. That's what the prize is right now. So if you guess, then that's what you're going to get.
That is not true. That's a lie.
He's like, no. Okay, haircut. I take it back. Not a haircut. Rent money, not a haircut. No foot rub. I pass the price to someone else. Extensions. Okay, the Hive wins. The Hive wins. Yeah, so my hair is like actually chin length. It's officially chin length. But I was at the YouTube conference and this gal in the booth next to us was like, oh my gosh, you need to come over here. And I always just thought they were kind of silly. I'm like, hair extensions, that's silly. But she sat me down and put them in my hair. And then she said she'd give them to me for free if I just mention her product. So I was like, okay. So here I am. I'm wearing it today. What do you think? I kind of have always wanted long hair. It like makes me feel kind of sexy. It's like getting, I don't know, a little makeover. So if you want that product, you could go on the post. I have the promo for a 10% off. It's called Yellow, and you're welcome to go there. She's sponsoring us this month with the product. And as usual, Contest Kings is sponsoring us. What is this?
Do I get a sponsor? Do I get a hair sponsor?
Yeah, so if you're a guy, then which most of our audience
I was joking.
is guys today. So if you're 007 and you want really long hair, you're out of luck. I'm sorry. Unless like you could get some for your mom or your sister. It's like the pajamagrams, right? Remember those? Oh my gosh. Longer hair way back up. Looks great on you. Oh, thanks, The Hive. Long blonde hair for you. Triskel says long blonde hair for you. 007.
Triskel is disqualified from winning a prize.
Yeah, Triskel, you're disqualified. Triskel says he'll take the foot rub.
Well, that's probably the closest one.
It was
in New Zealand.
Yeah, he is the closest. So The Hive, I'm gonna write you down for a prize. The Hive. There. Prizes. So what do you guys think today about things? Like, I pulled up a few fun things for the first Steam Monsters. Oh, did you just put Rapunzel? Was that you, 007?
That's me. That's me hitting myself after I got that fake hair.
You saw the pan. Let's hop over and see what we have on the agenda today. Some fun, hot topics. Talk topics. Okay, so you guys, you all know fighting begins next week, right? The countdown is, the battles are scheduled to begin Sunday, October 14th. How do we feel about this? Because look, so last week, 007, you did some beta testing. How did that go for you? I wasn't here.
I didn't win I didn't play enough probably to scale up far enough in the leaderboard. I think I finished like 12th or something like that, but
that's not bad.
Yeah, well, I wasn't I didn't play for about 4 days during it. I think I was sort of busy doing this and doing that, but it was fun though. We were doing we started doing 20 minor cap games, and then we did 25, and now we're doing 15. So like it's changed a lot. So it's sort of the team that you would make up on a 20 is different to a 25, which is completely different to a 15. So just means that.
What do you mean by 25 and 15? Mana? Or like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, mana, yeah.
Yeah, because you can do a lot more with a 25. I mean, that's at least like a good solid 3 more cards, right?
Yeah, exactly. Simple, I guess. So it's not a bad thing, I suppose. It just makes people work out different strategies and things like that. So at the moment, I've done a few games today, but I found like with the 15, it's quite challenging to sort of make up a team within that. But in saying that though, I probably just haven't found out the right combination yet because I've sort of been working on a few other things this morning. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, we all know you're going to do awesome, and it does make a difference when you're doing it all the time. So placing 12th when you're not like super dedicated to the contest is actually pretty good. Although we know one of our winners was Monster World, who is none other than Jarvie. And that does not surprise me at all because have you seen his spreadsheets? Has he shown them to you?
I haven't seen. I think I've seen the spreadsheets once, but I think what happened sort of towards the end is there was sort of some set teams that people were playing like against each other. So it was probably like 6 different teams of cards that people were using, and they were like the best within a 25 mana cap. They were like the best ones to use like in a combination. So then you'd have like people using like a life deck of one, and then like a earth deck of another, etc. So there was like sort of 4 or 5 key different decks. So there was variety, but there was a lot of similarities between the decks that people were using. So a lot of it was sort of based on people playing the same decks over and over. So I guess in a tournament aspect of things, it may work out a little bit different if it's like a round robin or something, I guess, if you call it. Like, whereas
Yeah.
this was just like sheer like numbers. So it's like the more you play in the beginning, like, well, not in the beginning, but the more you played, like, you had probably a better chance to go up the leaderboard a lot more if you're doing a lot more battles. So if you only did say 10 battles in the beginning and then you stopped, you wouldn't be anywhere on the leaderboard because you'd have to sort of keep doing that to progress your score up higher and higher. Because how it worked, it was a scale. So whoever was sitting towards the top of the leaderboard, if you were down the bottom and you beat someone up the top, you would obviously get more ranking points. Then if a person from the top was versing, say, second, they would get basically 1 or 2 points ranking. So it wasn't
Right.
very much.
Yeah,
So
that makes
it
sense.
was sort of scaled. So it's just different type of format, I
It
guess.
sounds
Or
like
how
a
they
really
mix
good,
it.
actually, a good practice for Yaba P Mat as well, because then they can see how it scales and what kind of points give people what and what gets them ahead. I have to interject though, because like 5 minutes ago, Rent Money posted this this link on Discord. Did you guys see that? He's got this guy getting a spray hair, and actually, I've seen this product before. It like builds on
I think the
itself.
person who made that product made a few. I believe they made like tens of millions of dollars. The person who actually made the hair in a can, but I
It's
mean, it's not for me definitely. But I'm sure. Look, it's clearly that guy loves it.
because it looks real, and it has this filament that builds on itself like a microfiber, and it sprays out like it could be equated to silly string, only it comes out in like a dust form, and it gloms onto itself like a, I don't know. I just think that product is awesome. I think we're gonna have to order some for somebody.
For who?
I don't know, maybe. Oh, Sparksy. I feel bad that I'm just now seeing all these, but they're so funny. Did you see the little girl who like flips her hair? You guys. Oh man. I know, I totally feel like that. Like, I'm nothing against short hair. Like, I love having short hair, but it's fun to sport long hair too. I'm not gonna lie. So, Raw Wolf says, hello, been fighting with my headphones for 5 minutes to join you guys. Now I can't move it or it stops. Anyway, hi. Hi.
It's the first world issue right there.
Yeah. What was the hair product in Coming to America? I don't know.
Man, I love that movie.
Anybody know the hair product?
I'll find it out.
Yeah, somebody find it out, and whoever finds it out gets a prize. Whoever finds out.
It's me. I'm gonna award myself.
Yeah, you should award yourself the hair product. Although you have a good set of hair, last I checked, so you won't need it.
No, I get really short hair. My hair's really short.
Oh. Well, yeah,
Short
but
hair.
still, you know what I mean? So, okay, so let's see. So the top 5 Mavericks for the beta testing were Monster World, aka Jarvie, Cool Bowser, Neil McSpadden, Oliver Schmid, and JR Vacation. So they each get a gold foil epic. So congrats to all of you.
Was that the that wasn't the overall winners though? I don't think. Was it?
I think
No, the overall winners because Holozor was part of the winners. I'll go have a look. Hang on.
Well, maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing because it just says
Oh, that was in the initial part. So there was 2 different sections. So what there was is there was like the people who were battling first, who were doing the most, right, initially.
Uh-huh.
So we had like, because this was running for like about 3 weeks. So then some of those people who were top at that time or had done the most, they got awarded like a card. But then we went into a tournament, which then finished like 3 days ago, I think. Which was for SBD. So those people was different.
Well, then I need the link to that. So, because I don't know where that is. Is that on the Steam Monsters blog?
I'll have a look and see if they've posted it.
Yeah, because I kind of feel like that's importante. And then Sea Love did a bunch of cool ones as well. She's been doing good.
Okay, yeah.
I feel like if anybody has strategy, it's going to be Sea Love. Where is she? Is she here today? Where are you, Sea Love?
She's probably sitting in the test server battling still.
You know what? I would say that's an accurate guess as to her whereabouts. Somebody needs to message her to come over and come and hang out with live actual people. So I'll hang on to her page. Maybe we can watch some of her games after.
They were the winners. I'll put the link to the post.
Okay, so Fantasy Crypto got 100 SBD. Oh, and Holazor got 50 and Wombicus got 25. Yeah, put a link to the post. Oh.
Yeah, I did.
So Rawolf's been testing a demo RPG. Is that this one? Let me see if I can find it. I just dropped a link to Adventures in Anamoon. It's a RPG. Yes, that's the one. Oh, you're doing a review on it? So what's your take? Do tell. You can hop on voice. We'll unmute you. 07, can you unmute Rawolf in case he has something to share? Because I want to hear about it.
Yeah, I think he actually muted himself.
Okay, so Rawolf, you need to check your mic. Maybe it's muted on your end. You're doing like an actual review, like Rodgers and Hammerstein review, or
Now he's off mute.
So tell us about it, like, because when I look at it, just the pictures of it tell me it's kind of operates like Zelda. Like you're walking around, you got the things, and you got the other things. No, I can't hear you. Anybody can hear? Can anybody hear him?
No. He might be on
Is it push to talk?
You might have to check your setting and change it to voice activity.
Rent Money says nope. Oh, nope, because no, we can't hear you. I really want to hear about this game. Like, you guys, you know what I've been doing this week? I've been playing Super Mario 3 on the Nintendo, like old school. And do you know what was so weird about it is I haven't played it for 30 years. And what was so weird is I couldn't remember anything like, you know, presently. I was like, oh, I kind of vaguely kind of remember this. But I'm telling you, I started playing and it was like my memory came back and I knew all the places to jump and where to go and what was going to happen. And I didn't even consciously like know it. It just, my brain, like my visceral brain took over. My hands just started doing these things that I didn't even know what they were doing. It was, you know what I felt like? Have you ever seen, which Jason Bourne movie is it? Where is Bourne? I feel like it's Bourne Ultimatum. He like guns down a bunch of Russian KGB, and then he wakes up on a park bench in the morning and he's like, where am I? What am I doing? Why am I here? Who am I? And then these dudes in like guns come up to him and they go to beat him up, and then he takes them down and he like karate kung fu China bear them, and then he kills them and like shoots them and then speaks Russian, and anyway, he like has all these skills that he doesn't know about. Well, that's how I felt when I was playing Super Mario 3. I was like, Bourne Identity. I awoke buried memories. They were totally buried. It was the funnest thing ever. And I was getting all like frustrated too. And like, what? I can't believe I died right there. And like getting all upset. I'm a much better player now than I was when I was a kid. Yes. Oh my gosh, look at the Nintendo box. Look at that thing. Oh, here's the other weird thing is my controller, it's Bluetooth, so there's no wire connected to it. And I swear there were a bunch of times where I'm holding the controller and I like kind of yanked it because I was like, in my mind, it was attached to a wire and I had to like yank the wire. Is that weird? I don't know. I just think that's so bizarre. I seriously feel like I'm Jason Bourne right now. Like, maybe there's like latent memory patterns in my brain, and I know how to speak Russian next. We'll find out. Next episode, we'll give you a recap. So, Rolf, he says real quick, if you played that Pokemon series on the Game Boy back in time, or just Zelda, it's exactly like that. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, like Zelda. I was actually just playing Zelda like 2 weeks ago. Like, it's really amazing. Still some bugs because it's a demo, but I think it's got some potential. So what's really amazing about it? I mean, like, does it have a whole lot of depth? Does it have a map? Does it have cool weapons that you can acquire? Does it have a cool monsters, cool shooting factors? Oh, Crystal says she played Pokemon. I never played Pokemon. You never did you? 07. You didn't even... Did you play Pokemon?
I did. I played Pokemon Blue. I was, my first Pokemon was a Squirtle.
Oh, you know what it was is you didn't play with the garbage pail kids. You didn't know what those were. Yeah, those were crazy days. Okay. Oh. I'm just checking my chat on Vim. So if you guys get over on Vim, you can leave chats there as well, because we're all streamed through. I think it's like a 20-second delay right now, but as they get more servers and stuff, they'll be faster. And so 007. Is that you that figured out the hair product featured in Coming to America? Juicy Curl Sunshine Drip Dry Soul. You what?
I gave him the options of what they were.
Okay.
Potential.
So it's Juicy Curl, Sunshine, Drip Dry, Soul Glow, and Silky Weight. It's one of these, supposedly. So Sparksy says it was Soul Glow. Is he right?
I believe so, yeah. It was just like, I just went on a site and had like the randomized like version of the question of like, what's the answer?
You don't even know the answer.
And then I added a GIF in there for you in a reference to garbage.
I'm gonna give it to him. Sparksy's gonna get it for guessing Soul Glow, and plus Rent Money says it was Soul Glow. So, you know what I mean?
Have you not seen that movie? That was such a good movie.
No, I don't even know what it is.
Oh yeah, you need to watch that one. Oh, we worked out last week that Coruscate hadn't seen Pay It Forward.
Oh, that is such a good movie.
Yeah, she hasn't seen it. So we said to her she's got to go rent it from the Blockbuster, the last Blockbuster left in America.
Oh, there's one more? There's still one in business?
Yeah, there's like a doco about it. It's really good. It's on, I think it's on Netflix or YouTube. I can't remember.
How very, like, I don't know if I should call it meta or paradoxical or ironic that the last Blockbuster in America doco is on Netflix. Anybody find that, like, wildly ironic? A documentary about the last video rental store in America on Netflix, which is the number one reason that Blockbuster went out of business, was Netflix and Redbox. Right?
Yeah, potentially. Well, I don't know. I used to like Blockbuster only because you could go in there and,
me too.
I don't know, have a browse, and you could ask them for, like, generally it was kids who worked there, like high school kids or whatever, so they had like jobs there, and they could recommend movies, and like most of the people that worked there were like really like movie buffs, so they could, and if you couldn't find something, they would always help you.
They were always so nice, and you got free popcorn was the thing.
What? We didn't get any free popcorn.
You didn't? You didn't? We toasted.
Don't know. In Australia, we don't get anything for free.
Rent Money says, yeah. No, you don't get anything for free. You just get 30-day vacay. That's all. Rent Money says, Blockbuster basically laughed at the idea of Netflix. I believe they had the option to buy them out early on, but laughed at the concept. Like, what kind of laugh, I'm wondering? Was it like a sinister laugh? Like, or was it like, you guys are fools laugh? Like, Or like, oh, Sparksy says, clearly you weren't showing enough cleavage, 007. Yeah, you definitely need to show a little more leg. A laugh that turned into a painful cry. Sounds accurate. Let's check out some more monster news, peeps. Okay, so the RPG, according to Raw Wolf, is amazing. So where do we go? Can we test it out, or is it still in alpha or beta testing? Or, I dropped the link. I'll drop it again. And you guys can, that's the only one I know. So there's a demo, you can play 10% of the game. Frankly, 10% is probably all I can handle. Because, like, when I play Zelda, I get lost and frustrated and irritated and impatient. Like, my brothers would play Zelda, Legends of Zelda, and all I remember thinking is, wow, they're so amazing. They know all the tricks. I was playing it a couple weeks ago, and it was kind of cool, but I just got frustrated. I don't know. I don't like aerial games, but I bet you I'll like this one. There's a demo you can play. I only have the link to the demo Android version, so if someone wants that, tell me. I'll drop the link. Yeah, just drop it. Drop it. Drop it. Drop the link. Anybody else has anything on that, let us know, because I want to check it out. I can't remember who wrote it. Let me see. Clayboyne. So it's Swelker 101's post. He says it was an excellent surprise. This was a week ago, but he says Clayboyne was working on it. So guys, go make sure you check out Clayboyne. It's here, let me write it. Clayboyne. Go give him a look. Go give Clayboyne a look and tell him I sent you.
We should do a for a contest today. You can post it in. Is pretty much everyone's in the Discord, right? Pretty much, like as in.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think anyone's on the Discord.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we'll do. You can post a story in 3 GIFs. So it's got to be 3 GIFs. So you combine it into one comment. So you go into the section and paste the 3 links, and it's got to tell a story. And it's got to be something to do with like video games or something like that. But 3 GIFs. It's got to be 3. It's got to have a start, a middle, and an end.
Wait. So which post are you talking about?
It's not a post. They're gonna do it in the actual Discord.
Oh, like right now.
Yeah, I'll give you an example. Let me make one example, okay?
Oh, was Dave McCoy over in my old Discord? Oh, sweet. I'm not over there as much lately because we always hang out with Contest Kings, and we wanted to just have our show over here because we feel like there's a lot of fans who are hanging out here. So we just wanted to support Contest Kings and get support from them. So yeah, tell Davey to come on over. We miss him. Did he know you said anything? Pointed in the right direction? Yeah. Okay, so I guess, is that you, Dave? Oh, Dave. Nice of you to join us today, Mr. McCoy. We all missed you. Were you trying to make friends over in the Steam Monsters show server? Yeah. We haven't done a show there in just a couple of weeks because we just started partnering up with Contest Kings because they've been such a great support to our show. And they have a ton of monster fans, and we just felt like it was a really good fit to come over here and hang out. So I'm glad you found us. I'll have to make another post next time, be a little better about that. I don't think I did a very good job.
It'd be good if you could like you left a note over there to tell everyone though, didn't you?
I did, but I should probably set up like I don't know, something like a permanent thing that tells people where we are.
Yeah, it's too bad you can't if you can't set a way to route people over, as in if they click on it, it comes over to us.
Maybe there is. Maybe I could come up with a bot that does that. I bet you I could. So Raw Wolf says his headphones are kaputs. We'll catch you next time. Thanks for your input, Raw Wolf. I kind of feel like I want to give him a prize because he was so helpful. Let me spell his name right here. Raw Wolf. I don't know his username on Steam It, so I'm thinking it's the RAOUF Willie. We'll give that a try. Oh, okay. So, okay. You kill me, 07. Okay, so you're telling us?
I actually messed it up. I was actually supposed to add another part into the start of it. I actually messed it up.
So you just told.
Let me fix it.
Okay, you can fix it. We'll give you a minute. I love Jimmy Kimmel. Wait, Jimmy Kimmel? Jimmy Fallon. Is that Jimmy?
I'm all about telling a story today. Like Horoscope's got a new page with her sister, and they were talking about high school, and I put the best story gif on there. It was so awesome.
I can't wait. I'll have to go check it out. Okay, so I'm sorry. Who's the first character? What is that from?
I don't know. I just found it. It's just a guy is watching something, and he's watching the
oh yeah. That's so.
Yes, I got the 2 lives.
It makes me so mad because I think I'm so good, right? Like when you give that, it's like a slot machine kind of. Like you click on it to make the top and the middle and the bottom match up, and I can never get it. Has anybody ever gotten that in their life? I can't. I'm a full-grown adult, and I can't do it. Anybody ever gotten that? I think it's so cool. If you have, you're like my hero.
Ah, that's really good, Foxy. That's so good. That's so good.
Okay.
I actually reckon this is going to be a new theme. I'm going to actually adopt on my own page, I reckon. I reckon from tomorrow,
we're gonna
tell a story. That is so good.
That is so good.
Awesome.
How did you come up with that?
Don't try and dethrone me, brother.
That is awesome, Sparksy. Way good job.
Who doesn't love Sonic? Sonic is the bomb.
Sonic is the bomb. And then the alligator. So good. I'm gonna give it a vote.
Did you give did Sparksy put him down for a prize? I mean, you can give me the names of him.
Yeah, he actually, I put him down for guessing the hair product.
Oh, okay, cool. Sweet. Man, that's such an awesome gift.
Yeah,
did you actually just think of that just then, or did you have the works and you were waiting for me to run something like this where you're like, yeah, that's right. He's such a show off. Stop being Zoolander. Stop being a show off.
Zoolander. I think you're dethroning the Giphy King. Is that possible?
No.
No?
I've got a lot of game in the vault. Don't worry. I've got a lot of game in the vault.
We might need to come up with a Giphy contest, like an actual joust. I mean, not just for fun, but for rulls.
Instead you do a rap battle, it's a gift battle?
Exactly.
That'd be sick. We should do that next week. Maybe we'll do it.
Yeah, I think we need to come prepared, guys. Next week we're going to do a gift battle. I'm writing this down.
And they can battle me, and if they beat me, they can win an epic prize or something.
Yeah, and we can have the audience vote on the best one. Does that work?
Absolutely. Because if you're going to do it on the freehand, then it's good. So it's if Sparksy did that gift, and then I've got to come back with something else for it, but using a similar theme or something.
Yeah. We could come up with a theme for each battle, and we could just battle it out, and then you guys, the winners, would get the prize. Something I don't know. Yeah, we're definitely going to do this next week, you guys. We can practice today, though, so let's see what you guys got. Rent money. Okay, let's see what else. I
8 Mile is like one of my top 10 movies. I love that movie.
Have you guys seen these? This was actually really cool. So this guy, what is his name? I don't even know.
Sparksy, tomorrow I'll run a comp. I'll run a comp
Flowey?
like tell a story, and you can post that into the new post tomorrow. That's so good. Tell a story so much better than just choosing a random GIF.
I think so
It's
too.
so much fun.
So Triskel says most of his gifts are made by hand in the GIMP, and they take at least an hour to produce.
Well, I probably spent half an hour today making one for the Steam Sister Show, and like, I don't know, like I'm a bit of perfectionist.
Well,
Just
'cause
will know what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to like making sure things like they're the right size and they line up and everything. I feel like I should go get the GIF and like show you guys.
go get it. Go get it. I really want to see it. And Triskel, we actually know where you're coming from. I mean, I'll spend like 5 minutes on mine, but like yours are kind of high quality. Like I can see why they take you an hour because they're really good. Like you do a lot of graphics and stuff on them, and they're kind of intense. So we appreciate the skills with a Z. We know what you're about.
All right, let me get I'll get the post anyway. Hang on a sec.
While you're doing that, I just dropped this crazy link. It's the Steam Monsters Battle Guide for Beginners. I thought this was so cool. I don't know who did it. Is it Cryptoons? Does anybody know who made these? I should go back. I don't even know where I found it. I just loved them. There's 2 of them that I know of. Let me find the other one.
Did Flurry make his own? Someone else.
I think no, I was just putting in like a random thing that I thought was fun. There are these YouTube videos that they made and they're animated.
Oh yeah. We went over that last week because we had him on the show. He was on here for probably about half an hour, and he took everyone through like the project and everything like that.
Oh.
Last week. Yeah, it was really good.
They're so good. I just now found them. I love them. They're just phenomenal and fun and great. And technical. And like he put graphics in them and made cartoons and voices, and it's just so great. I think
it was really good.
I think he's onto something. Flawny, not Flavy. Looks like Flavy.
What probably one thing that I think might not be a bad idea is like every week we do like a summary post of what happened, because sometimes I think that sometimes some things are missed, like as in like because like you didn't know because we didn't summarize it anywhere.
Yeah, but at the same time, like, yeah, we do need to do a summary post, but at the same time, if I missed it, that's more my bad because I'm usually up on like everything monster, but you know, I haven't.
We get some of the community to do it potentially. We'll have to have a think about it.
I think that's definitely almost a given. We'll do those.
All right, so I'm gonna post this. So they made a post which was about like high school and talking about high school, and then you didn't have to do anything in the post, but I put a few hashtags, and then I just put about what my high school was like, right? So I'll paste it and show you. This is just me doing it for fun. It wasn't for a competition.
What your own high school was like?
Yeah. You have to read it from the top to the bottom.
Okay. I sort of skipped school. Go sports. It was rugby, right? Cheerleaders, and then an F. That's a lot of cheerleaders, 07. A lot.
Never have too many, right? No.
Can never have too many.
Yeah, that was funny. So I don't know, it's cool. Like someone can sit and write a paragraph or a comment or something, but sometimes I'm like, man, if you take the time to like do something really cool like that and it makes sense, it's really good.
Okay, Funnel just did a really funny one with Schwarzenegger and hair.
I'll be back. Let me find a perfect hairdresser. I'm back. That's funny.
Yeah, that one's really good.
It's cool though. If you tell
You
a
guys
story,
are
though,
smart.
it's so much better than just doing a random GIF. So I think it's good. Maybe we're gonna start it. I'm gonna start it tomorrow on my page.
Yeah, you should.
It'll be like storytelling in GIFs.
I think if anyone should do it, it's you. And then we'll continue that as a tradition.
Definitely.
I kind of feel like I should do one, but it's going to be too hard to do and host the show.
Nah, it's all good. You can prepare one for next week.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'm going to blow you all away. It's going to be amazing.
It's going to be a gift battle.
I think it sounds so much fun. What else do we have today? Okay. So we mentioned that the fighting starts officially on the 14th. What's today? The 10th?
10th in America, 11th in Australia.
Okay, I'm just going to read the post. It says, the first couple of months of battling will be a balancing period as we continue to make adjustments to card stats, abilities, and gameplay mechanics to ensure that the game is fun, fair, and balanced at all levels of play. Kind of like what you were saying, where we need to just make sure that whatever type of game they're playing, whether it's a one-off or a round robin or some kind of a tournament, that how you level up is fair and how the game plays is interesting. And like you were talking about how it makes it a little harder with a 15 mana game, and Yaba was saying that that was intentional because, you know, if you keep the mana high, then pretty much anyone can put whatever monster they want in, and it really does, it's not that interesting. But if you're challenged to keep it down to a 15 mana game, then you really have to think about who's going to do what, who's good at defense, who's good at offense, who's good at speed, what kind of abilities are going to be effective against that team. And I mean, I don't know. I think it sounds really hard. I definitely don't think it's going to be my forte. Maybe it will. Maybe I have like like I said, a Jason Bourne latent ability that I don't know about. What do you guys think? I wonder who's...
Never know.
It says, please do not be surprised if your favorite card was nerfed. Building a fun and balanced game will be far more important to the value of any cards. What does nerfed mean? Did I miss it?
Means like that it takes away, like, say if it's like really doing really well and it's like far stronger than the others, they may need to cut back on its stats to level it, so to like rebalance it. So during the last like few weeks, there's been a lot of like, I took everyone through last week a big list of all the changes that they've made on all the cards. So I ran off like a big list last week from a share file that we had, which had all the information in it. And it just basically means that like, they were taking away some abilities or changing some health and that sort of thing. So
like you're saying, not within that match, but like they kind of notice that everyone's having the same
basis of the cards. Yeah. So like say there was like a life team, right, which was like with a life deck, and say if that was really really strong and it was beating everyone, for example, then they would have to make adjustments in there for that so that you could beat it with something because it was winning say 80% of the matches, which wouldn't be fair.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah.
So a little pause, but Triskel. Come on, sis. Guess who I am? That is awesome. How long did that one take you to make? This is so good. Those two girls. That was when they were in Toronto, I think. A couple weeks ago.
I said to Hollister the other day that me and him should start having our own thing. I'm sure some people would love to see us make fools of ourselves.
I'm sure of it. I'm not just like, yeah, I'm convinced it will be awesome. You should totally do it.
As long as I survive my canoeing trip.
Canoeing is so amazing. I'm so jealous. I haven't done it for years.
Cave.
It's the rock, paper, scissors theory. Rock beats scissors, scissors beats paper, paper beats rock. Everything can both win and lose. That's a really good analogy, Sparksy.
Yeah, it should be like that, but at the balancing, so it does become like that.
Okay, so who gets the winning prize for the Giphy story? Is it Triskel with his little Steem sisters? Is it Funnel with his Schwarzenegger? Or
yes,
or was it Sparksy with his water slide ending in a alligator mouth?
Well, Sparksy's already going to win a prize, but that was seriously so good. Put him down for a double prize, and then we'll also award fun.
Did he ever tell us if that was just something he put together on the fly, or if he had it in his back pocket? He did.
On the fly, he said.
That's amazing, Sparksy. I think you have some untapped talent here. And Rent Money had a great one too. All of you guys are so talented, and we know Triskel, like he's always busting out with the best stuff.
Yeah.
No. Let's see. Well, so then I guess with the games, it says, may the odds be ever in your favor. Oh, I love that. It's like, may the force be with you.
Yeah, looks.
You know what? Somebody from the white team came up with that, actually. I think it was Sim Girl. May the odds be ever in your favor.
Really? I got a feeling that she did. I reckon you're right. Because I reckon when she went over her, remember she came on a show like a long time ago, like it would have been a fair while ago, and she read out a story. And I think that was in her phrase. That phrase was in her story. You
could be right. You know, she's something of a gamer, so it wouldn't surprise me if she came up with that. I'm gonna have to ask her. I love that line. And by the way, guys, if you are one of the voice audition members, or if you're interested in voice auditioning, the voiceovers are going on right now. So I know that the red team, white team, and green team have been up. And basically what it means is that they've got all of the monsters' quips ready. So whichever monster you were designated to do, you need to record it. And I think Isaria is asking us to put it on the SoundCloud. And then basically just record each of the little lines. And what they are is just that they're the lines that the monsters will say during battle. And I'm thinking with the RPG, it'll come in handy too. Because then when the monsters are doing stuff and then you like run into a monster in the road, they'll be like, hence cometh the rainbow on a flowery day, or whatever their quip is. I mean, there's going to be lots of them, but I super love it. I think it's so cool. So if you're doing the voiceovers, make sure you go record yours and give it to Asaria so they can get those up. And if you haven't auditioned, I know that they actually still have monsters that need voice actors. So, you know, if you're into that, or if you feel like you want to give it a shot, go ahead and give it a try. Just contact Asaria, or just go on the Steam Monsters page, because I know that they have the update post for that. In fact, I'm going to hunt down right this very second. Hang on a second. Steam Monsters. Okay, Red Splinter. Here, like, let me find mine. It's a green one. There it is. Okay, so click on that. I'm going to scroll down. I am going to be doing Liana Natura. So like, for example, when I die, I'll say, I told you not to do that. Or if I injure someone, I'll say, aw, did somebody get hurt? And then I have another one that says, you should probably put some ice on that. And another one that says, I'm a wizard, but the planet is my staff, the forest my cloak, and the wind my incantation. That's kind of cool. And then the last one is, then I have to make some grunts and yells for when I'm attacking and being hit. So like, yeah. I don't know. I'll just come up with a whole slew of them. I think it'll be great. And then Harrison Mir gets to be the Swamp Thing. You know what I miss? Is I haven't seen any new music out from Harrison or from Asaria. I've been waiting for like new music, but I think they've just been so busy with the Kickstarter and the beta launch that I think they're just tapped out. So I'll give them a couple weeks and then maybe bug them again. Because we need some new music, right?
Yeah, I think everyone's just been like super busy at the moment with like their own projects and everything like that. Like even like this week, I noticed like because of the amount of people that we have now, and then like last week, I reckon we had maybe 20 something people, maybe more. So I think it feels different to me because in Adelaide, like in Australia, we've changed times, like as in our clocks went forward for daylight savings like 1 hour. So it feels a bit different to me. Like it feels really late, even though it's not.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's an hour ahead. So it's like really light out for how late it is. And I think you're right. I think a lot of projects are happening right now. Everybody's been kind of distracted. I know I was pulled away. Chorus Gate was pulled away. You're going to be pulled away. So it is kind of a chill month. And so it's probably actually a good thing they didn't start the games quite yet. Like they were supposed to start the beginning of October and now it's going to be mid-October, which frankly, in my opinion, is a really good, like they hammered out a deadline really well. But I think it's good that we had just a little time to kind of play it out, test it, see how everything went. And yeah, I think the voice quips will be super cool. Sparksy says, I'm in no way set up for high quality sound recordings.
Well, at the moment, the only people that have access to Battle Stew is still Mavericks. So I don't think that, by the looks of that post, and I don't know because don't quote me on this, but I don't think we'd be starting to play for tournament prize money straight away because there needs to be people who, like, there needs to be minnows and stuff who've had time to be able to play and test it out themselves. So I don't think we'd kick off straight into, yes, we're going to go straight into tournament prize money straight away, unless Dave knows otherwise. But I don't think that that's the way things would go because that wouldn't make a lot of sense. But
yeah, Dave says no. No,
yeah,
meaning
so
he doesn't.
Looking at a couple, probably, or like.
Yeah, just have matches.
Yeah, so because it's going to take like more time for them to balance everything, so that may take another couple of weeks, and then we may start in November. Or at the end of the day, I guess like we need to you're better off getting it right first before everyone starts playing for money or whatever it may be, right? So even if I'm not even fussed if even if it takes like another few weeks. Like say if we didn't start officially playing until like the start of December, like the 1st of December or something. I don't think that's the worst thing because if it takes another like 3 or 4 weeks to get everything right and to get everyone feeling comfortable, I mean, that makes a lot more sense to me.
I think so too. And as they said, for the first couple of months, it's basically going to be ironing out the glitches of the battle testing and the gameplay and the abilities and trying to make everything fair. Like you said, if you get a monster that gets nerfed, that's as it should be. They want to make sure that the monsters have at least some viable strategy as opposed to like an unbalanced, lopsided game. And if someone happens to have tons of that monster, they're going to win every time. And it's really not that exciting because there's no real strategy involved. It's, so yeah, I think it's okay if it takes a little time as long as we get it right and have a chance for people to learn it. And then
Exactly.
And then Funnel says, will we gain any XP in these particular matches? I know that overall, yes. I would imagine that's going to start right away. You can get XP.
No, not the XP won't. I don't think the XP is not going to start until proper tournaments start. Because the XP is a component of a way to buy into a tournament. So Agro said that people will need to burn cards to build XP to go into the tournament. So when they when they open everything up in what is it, 4 or 5 days or whatever it is,
Yeah, 4.
that'll just be a test. That'll just be opening up the test server for more people to play. But people won't be burning cards to level up XP and stuff. They'll just be using the server, and Yub will want to make sure that if 500, 1,000 people jump on the server at one time, it's running as it should. Do you know what I mean? Like testing.
Okay, so before the actual tournaments start, it's just going to be kind of like scrimmages.
Yeah, it's just fun. Yeah, like pre-season.
Well, that'll be good. Couple weeks training period. Dave says as important is so people also learn how to play. If they don't get a practice, then they might get turned off. What was that?
Yeah, that's right.
Like they won't have the option of going in and practicing?
No, he's saying
Turned off like
any XP is just as important so people can learn how to play. So like for example, like I think what Dave's saying is that like we want everyone to be able to go there and test it and get it all right, etc. and like get comfortable with it. So if you're going to bring in a friend, like you're going to want to understand how the game works and stuff like that. And then if you bring a friend over then to show them, they can start practicing battling and stuff straight away because the cards that we're using potentially before were like they were just like maxed out cards or whatever. So I don't, like I said, I've had to read over the post, and Dave can probably correct me if I'm wrong because he's been around a little bit longer. I know he says I'm right. That the idea of it is to bring more people into the test server, test it out, work out any more kinks, and then make sure the server can hold all these battles running at the one time, etc. Before we move on to the next phase.
Yeah. And Rent Money says that I need all the practice I can get. I kind of feel like I think that goes for a lot of people, including me. Maybe we should team up. It'll be like the blind leading the blind. Maybe we'll get lucky.
Guild here already. So I mean, what I would potentially do is once we work out what the best combinations are for certain levels of mana or whatever, we'll just make it into a share drive or something, I suppose.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Because at the end of the day, like it's going to be like the cards are going to be like the formulas that people play, like a large portion of them will be public knowledge anyway because they'll be registered on the blockchain.
Right. Yeah, it's not going to be a secret.
No, and you can watch replays of people's battles. So,
yeah. And you can see why they won, what it was they did.
Exactly.
So it'll be pretty cool. I'm excited. I'm really impressed with what people have come up with thus far. Like it just kind of boggles my mind how clever and creative people get. It's kind of amazing. Like to think that fast and put something together that you think is going to work, and I don't know. It's kind of cool.
Well, at the moment there's no countdown time or anything, so it's not like when you can make your team prior to going in. So it's sort of
okay.
There's no substitutions or anything right now, so it's sort of just the cards that you play against are the cards you play against. Like it can't be changed mid-game or anything like that.
Like the game. The game itself takes 2 minutes to play, but like all day you're going to spend planning it out, right?
Well, potentially. I mean, you could just have your favorite. Like you got to remember as well. Like there'll be a lot of people that will only have like a set amount. Like say like I've got a lot of cards, right? But say like someone else like who doesn't have as many cards might only be able to play like they might only be able to make a variation of say 2 or 3 different teams because they don't have every card, for example, right? So for some people it may take like sometimes like the burden is also the selection process that you have. Like the bigger the selection process you're going to go through or whatever, the more options you have, I guess. But in saying that though, I mean people at the moment could beat, if you make the right team and it happens to draw against someone who's weaker, you're going to win, like
yeah.
It's pretty even, right? So like it's not, I mean having a lot of cards is going to help, and having leveled up cards is going to help if you want to get into certain tiers of things, but it's not going to be the level of card will only impact you on getting into higher, potential tournaments if they're higher levels, etc. That's all.
Yeah, because they're making it fair for the beginners and the advanced alike so that everyone can kind of enjoy their level of playing. And then Dave says that, let me actually scroll back up and see how he put it. He said that the replays of the games will be shareable and tied to your affiliate link in the future. So we can have those plastered all over the internet. That's actually brilliant.
What is this? Who am I?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. Guess who I am and
he's
when.
in my Discord though. He's in my server.
He just like popped on.
Guess who I am and win an epic Margie the Forest. I've got an idea. Is it? Guess who I am? I guess you're a person who pretending to be someone. Are you? I don't know. Is this Hollislaw pretending to be someone?
Driscoll guessed, is it Mad Eye Archer? And then he said no. Is it Jarvie? I don't think so.
Why have I seen that? I think I've seen that name before.
Funnel says it's Shoe.
Nah, it's not Shoe. Shoe's at work.
No one guessed yet. Do we know who you are? It's aggroed.
No, it's not. It's not aggroed. Surely not.
No one guessed yet.
Is it Dave McCoy's alter ego?
I think it's your alter ego.
It's definitely not me. It can't be me. I'll win. I guess you'd have to have a second account.
Who is it? Matt Clark? Is he at work right now?
Nah, it wouldn't be Matt. Matt's at sleep.
Sea Love? Is it Little Scribe? No.
Oh, hang on. Maybe, hang on. Surely not. Hang on. I'll write who it is. Hang on. She said she may come past. Surely it's not though. Surely she wouldn't have made another one just for that.
I don't think it's Cora Skate. It could be. I don't think so.
Is it Triskel?
It's not Cora Skate. Is it Triskel? No, not Triskel.
I'm sort of it's sort of.
Is it Crystal? Crystal Pacheco. Is it you?
I think it is her. That's how
no, it's not Crystal. Ingenuity. Carrie Allen. Is it Carrie Allen?
It has to be someone that's active in the Discord though.
Yeah, and this is kind of fun actually.
Is it
I was gonna say Sir Cork. Is it you, Sir Cork? The Hive guest, Sir Cork. Is it Sir Cork? Dirty Water Crypto? Not Sir Cork.
It has to be someone that's online. And I can see the list of everyone who...
Hagen?
It's not Hagen. Is it? I don't think so.
Buddy Boy B? Clayboyne. Clayboyne's a good guess. 9 letters in my name.
9 letters.
Aww.
Dave McCoy?
No, we already guessed that.
It's got 9 letters though. Look, I just thought I'd have another stab.
9 letters in my name.
Oh, it's probably maybe it's rent money. That's 9 letters.
Yabba P. Matt.
Matt.
Good guess.
Yeah.
Sparksy. It's rent money.
That was a funny prank.
Rent money, you dirty rascal.
You know how I should have known it was him? Because he has he said to me like ages ago, he said, I always forget like my password for things. So he's like, I'm always creating new usernames for Discord.
Are you serious?
I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I've had like 4 rent money names. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, I just keep forgetting the passwords and like burning the email addresses. And I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, you probably want to write it down so you don't have to keep changing it.
Especially because all those monster cards you're gonna lose. And now
no, this is just on Discord though, not on.
Oh.
You see, he's like, yep, I use throwaway emails.
Dave, good job. You won a Magi of the Forest, right?
I was trying to work out who I was trying to think to myself like who is it though? Like that's so like that's random.
So
Like,
random. I was like, do we know who you are? He's all, yes.
that's funny.
We should
Yeah,
have
we
known
should
when
have
Rent
known
Money
we
was
were
quiet.
quiet.
No, because you know what? Rent Money
Yeah.
guessed. He guessed somebody, which was a smart
Bit
decoy.
creepy. Bit creepy like the Scream movie.
Yes. He was trying to confuse us, and it worked. Good job, Rent Money. Thanks for the fun.
Who do we have listed for the prize?
So we have the Hive. We have Sparksy got 2, and then Raw Wolf got 1, and then
Oh yeah, we'll give Rent Money one because I thought that was funny.
yeah, that was good. Rent Money. Cool, guys.
I was guessing to confuse you. Oh, he was guessing to confuse us.
Yeah,
That's
he
really
threw
funny.
us off. Guess who? Game cards do not actually talk. I love how they have the little disclaimer.
Well, yeah, because like in the ad, they were like,
Yeah.
you know, hello. They were like, you know, they had voices and stuff.
And then people get the game and they're like, what?
Yeah, that's it. Sparksy, do you have a like? Have you got a recent post or anything?
Funnel says he feels old because he used to play this game. I played it too. I don't
And this
feel...
game is the bomb. They actually transferred it and made it. I believe they made an electronic version of it.
Yeah, or like a
Dang.
digital. Rent Money says card was sent. Dave McCoy. Dave, you need to show us your card.
It might be too late. Well, I'm just thinking, I'm like, because I can give a vote to people if they want on their post.
Yeah, does anybody want to vote on your post? Like an upvote?
So I can do that. It's probably better than card, you know?
I don't know. Guess it depends.
Depends, I guess. Depends what they want.
I think an upvote's pretty awesome.
Who was on there? Sparksy and who else?
Sparksy, Rent Money, The Hive, and then Raw Wolf. But I don't know his username on Steam. I think it's Ralph Willie.
Oh, yeah. Cool.
So
Gold
cool.
foil.
Look at that.
You're dreaming, mate. You are dreaming. I think the gold foil is in gold foil legendary.
Depends on the card. Cough. Gold foil legendary.
That's what the thing you meant. That's funny.
Yeah, especially a Contest Kings upvote. I think that's a pretty good
I
trade.
don't know, Alpha, it's like $1. I think it's like $1. Alpha is like $1 or something.
That's pretty good. I remember back in January when my vote was worth $1. Now it's worth like 9 cents.
Well, when the bull run happens, it'll change, I suppose.
Yeah, the day will come again. We're hoping March, right?
March for the bull. No, the bull run should happen at Christmas, I would think.
Oh, the bull run. I was thinking the Smart
Yeah.
Media token launch.
Oh no, the bull run, like the crypto bull run, always, you know, like generally it always happens in December.
Oh, I don't even know what the bull run is. Am I way out of the loop? What is it? Tell us more.
It's where all the markets. Generally, it's where like a bull run is like what they call when the markets will start going up. So like they'll follow a trend, like a pattern.
Okay.
So like say like a lot of the time like certain cryptos will follow like Bitcoin. So if Bitcoin goes on a bull run up, a lot of things will follow Bitcoin up. Like even though like we don't want to be necessarily like be like we're linked to that because we're not linked to Bitcoin in any way, right?
Right.
But in a market of a bull run, most of the coins that are in the top like I don't know, 100 or something like that,
Yeah.
normally will start to increase. And that's when we had last time, that's when we had that massive And last run
Yeah,
last
it was
year, wasn't it? Or
December
the
and
year
it
before?
lasted like 4 months because I remember being like, this is crazy, even into March and April. So that would be cool. Bull runs are good. Rent Money says he has an interesting free write poem currently posted that needs an upvote from the Contest Kings.
Yeah, I'll go hit that up now.
Okay, cool. And then maybe drop the link here so everybody can see it and vote on it if they want. I think that's another good prize. So Rent Money.
I got a strange feeling I saw that this morning. I got
Really?
a strange feeling I saw it this morning when I was doing something.
Well, let's see it. I kind of want to see. I've got a couple more minutes left and then I have to run. It was actually kind of fun doing a low format structure show today because usually I have a little more structure, but today was kind of fun just hanging out with you guys.
Oh yeah, cool. I'll go have a look.
Minnow free write
This is
poem.
yeah. I was gonna say as well. Like we just started listing the first summary list today, so pretty much like every day it'll change to like new contests. So anytime you guys like check the new list, the next day it'll have new stuff on it from that wasn't listed previously. So
I love
yeah.
the font choices that Triskel chose. Did you choose those, Triskel? Was that you? Or did you find them and then just gold them up? Because they look so pretty. They're so fancy. I love your guys' stuff. Looks amazing.
It took a lot of time.
Yeah. So Triskel wants to know if we're going to have a rundown with Dave McCoy like he used to do. Yeah, I think we should throw him on at least
Yeah,
once in a while.
It depends if he has his stuff.
Yeah, we definitely need to. We're going to get back on track here in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So it'll be pretty cash, but yeah, Dave, we definitely need your little trading tips. Oh, hey, Nettie Kelly. We haven't seen you. Did you just pop in?
Hi, how you doing?
We're good. I guess Nettie Kelly has some little tricks up his sleeve coming down the pike.
I do, yeah, but I'm at work at the moment, so sneaky. I'm just having a quick 5-minute break, so.
Oh, we're so honored that you would come by and visit us on your little sneaky break.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just Rent Money just did like a little phantom guess who I am, and if you guess who I am, you win this prize thing, and everybody was like, "Who are you?" Sneaky. Speaking of sneaky. So the hot.
I can upvote your post if you want because it's not past. Like you've still got 24 hours left.
The Hive wants to go hit Dave McCoy's DM with a thought. I think that's really polite. I kind of am a little bit like just jumping on people's DMs and like messaging them. Always. Yeah, I just will like message people. Is that bad etiquette?
What do you mean? Oh no, it's the best way. I mean, quite often, like I said to Coruscant yesterday, I said I go to well, a lot of the time when I go to sleep, I get up and I come back to like 30 DMs, but it's better than having like 30 tags in different channels because if I have to go through the channels, it's so much harder. So
Yeah.
I'd rather do DMs all day, or if someone's got something really long they want to do, just like message me if they want to talk, and it's so much easier talking on voice than it is like messaging all the time. I'd rather just like have a 5-minute conversation, you know.
Yeah, you're kind of like that, I noticed. And a lot of times you can convey more in like a immediate chat. So I think there's a lot.
Depends on the person though, right?
Yeah. Well, it does, but I don't know. I think it depends on the thing for me.
What I was thinking though is once when I come back from my trip, I want to start getting merch and stuff made up. So like what we might do then is like maybe make up some like hats and stuff like that, and then I can send them out to people. I thought that could be cool.
For Contest Kings?
Yeah, just like when we do the show each week. Rent Money, I hit your post up, so it went up. Like I hit it with $1.50, so it's up to like $2 now.
Ooh, your vote's up to $2 right now?
No, his post is.
Oh, okay.
Because it was already at 50 cents.
The Hive says he'll take any card. And
Alright,
then...
cool. Well, DM me what sort of... And then we can talk about it. Yeah, cool. I'll go vote yours next, Sparksy.
That is crazy. This kangaroo, like, jumping out of the way of this NASCAR kind of a race. That's crazy. Is that a kangaroo? Oh my gosh. Sparksy. Yeah, I think we're gonna have an interesting, because when the bull run hits and then the SMT launch hits, it might be enough to carry us over for a while. I figure. I mean, we're not too low. At least we're pegged to the dollar, right? That can't be too bad. So whatever
that's right.
Whatever you're making now, last January it was up to $10. So just multiply it by 10. Maybe that'll be what it's at. That would be really awesome. I don't know if we'll be up that high, but it'll be cool.
I think that there's a fair chance that once we hit the next run, hopefully, with a bit of luck, hopefully we can find a peg which is higher, because SPD's never going to fluctuate away from $1 now, right? Because they can print it as much as they want to control the price.
Yeah.
So hopefully if the bull run happens, SPD will stay the same, because no one's going to, it doesn't make sense to trade it as a commodity at this point, because it's going to be pegged. Because they can control it through printing. And then if Steem finds it goes up to, say, I don't know, say if we hit $5 or $7 or $10, hopefully then it can find a peg and it stays below, like, it doesn't go below, say, $5 or below whatever. And then we then go up from there. So, I think we have a good enough product to be doing that.
I think so too. And I think since it is pegged, they won't let it go that low. So the worst case scenario, it'll be where it is right now, which is doable for most people. One of my feelings though is that with the new setup, with the mana and
the RC credits.
Yes, I feel like a lot of people were complaining that it's not very newbie friendly, but then when they adjusted the levels, it became a little bit more normal, like what it was before. So I think they're really trying. It is geared toward the investor at this point, but it's still friendly enough for new users that it's functional and fun. So I don't know. I think it's a tough balance, because you don't want to scare away the little guy, because we're the ones who are doing all the grunt work. But you don't want to keep it so that it's not viable for an investor either. And it's a tough balance.
Need to find that pet. Yeah, I completely agree. But it's one of those things, I guess, where they want to also focus on the amount of potential comments and posts that are being done, where it doesn't make it. This is just me saying, as someone who's invested a lot of time and money into this platform, that I mean, I don't think it makes sense for someone who can join on day one, for example, like in the old prior to Hard Fork 20, someone to join and be able to make 100 comments and 1,000 posts in a day, and basically then for that to take up space on the blockchain when it has to get backed up, or if you have to ever get turned back or whatever, when it just doesn't make sense. Like, you should have to have some form of, some people invest time, some people invest money, but
yeah, there needs to be some kind of regulation on the number of comments and posts that you can make. Absolutely. And I think that that's the intention.
Absolutely.
And frankly, the way they first had it, like the first couple of days, I was like, ooh, this is really bad. But then once they got everything set and everything smoothed out, I find that I actually kind of feel like I have more than what I would have before. Then again, I never really noticed, because I was high enough where my bandwidth wasn't noticeable. But for the new guys, Like, they have enough where they can comment and vote, plenty. It's not like there's really that limited. It's just that now they can see that it's measured and how much it is measured, and it feels like a deterrent, but really, it's no. My feeling is it's no worse than it was before. I could be wrong, but
It
with.
doesn't so much affect. Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead.
I was gonna say it doesn't so much affect the change affects mostly people that are joining now, like later. So like probably say people that were minnows before that joined, they already had like some steam that was given to them when they first joined, and they earned a little bit, or vice versa. But when new people join now, like say like via external login or whatever they want to do, like people aren't given a set amount of steam straight away, because like the steam that initially came was from Standard Ink, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's interesting though. Like there's going to be a lot of changes, I guess, but I have faith in
So
the powers that be.
I do too. I know there's some naysayers, and I like to listen to them as well. But there were some serious naysayers, like my friend Sir Quirk and Ads David. Like, they're the ones who are the most critical of the platform out of everybody on the entire platform. Those two are the most critical. They know what they're talking about, but at the same time, I was like, why don't we give it a little time? Why don't we give it a couple of weeks? Because my opinion is that these guys, the core dev and Ned and Tim Cliff, all of these guys have been thinking about it for a year and working out the kinks and testing it on a server and seeing what would happen. I mean, there's some mathematician involved, and my thinking is this is their baby, right? As attached as I am to the success of this platform, which is a lot, they're even more so. This is their baby. This is their money. This is their thing. This is their name, and it must succeed. And so I figure they're going to probably be really careful about how they program the new hard fork so that it is a viable blockchain, not just for investors, but for the little guy. Yeah, if you're new, it's going to be a little harder to get into it. And like Rent Money says, too many regulations it's not good. Steem, it needs users, and if they find they can't interact enough, they'll simply move on to another site. That is true, and they will. And I know they took that into account, and I know it was probably a difficult decision to make. But when we're talking about the long-term viability of a blockchain,
absolutely,
where new users are investing not that much money, or their content is not as quality as it could be, as a statistically analyzable, measurable piece of a company, of a business plan, we're looking at, I'm sorry to say it, but we have to look at the bottom line. And as a corporate owner, he has to see what's going to generate the most success for his investors and for his top users. And unfortunately, it is not brand new newbie friendly right now. The point is, though, that this is, I feel, a temporary deterrent, because it's just going to be a few more months. Things will get hopping again. When the value of the dollar, the Steem dollar, goes up with the bull run and with this SMT launch, and not just the value, but also more options of coins, because so many different people are going to be choosing to Smart Media Token their line of whatever. Like for you, Contest Kings, maybe you'll decide that an SMT works great for you. Maybe Steem Monsters will come up with an SMT where they can reward their followers. And that, when they buy into that stock, that increases the value of the coin, but it also gives other people more niche ways to earn money. Because right now, it's kind of like you got to duke it out and find where it is. You've defined where your niche is. Whereas once we have the SMTs in place, you find your niche, they can reward you with that. And their own coin will increase in value as their own followers increase. And so it's kind of a win-win. I think it's brilliant. I think what we're going to see long-term is probably a higher bottom-up like growth. So like the new users will come in and they'll find it more rewarding than they do now. So yeah, temporary setback, long-term gain. That's my prediction. We'll see how it goes, but at least we have a good plan in mind. That's kind of my thinking.
Absolutely, and we just got to protect we also got to protect like all the investment that's come in as well. So like I said, to me, I mean, and just me speaking to the amount of money that I've invested as well myself, like I'm heavily invested in this platform, like especially in Steam Monsters, right? Like I don't, I'm not sitting holding, thousands of dollars worth of cards for no, tens of thousands of dollars worth of cards for no reason. Like everyone wants to protect their investment on what's going on in the blockchain. I think at the end of the day, like if someone wants to, if we want to become like, I think like I want to look at like the Steam blockchain as a premium option, right? Like I want basically someone to say, yeah, you know what, like you have to like when you come over and join, you can get set up with a free account, etc., through various channels, and then you know what, like someone can either sponsor them in for like SP, right? Like a friend or someone like that, or they
Yeah,
can
like
like invest and make a goal towards like getting in and buying like 10 Steam or 20 Steam, whatever it may be. And now I know that's not in everyone's like everyone can't afford to do that, but it gives them a goal to work towards, right? So like this is not. I'm sorry, but this is not Facebook, right?
and the Hive, I mean, everyone has so many good comments. Like for Rent Money, he says, I have 235 SP, run out of mana. I wouldn't want to be a new user. It's true. Like I wouldn't either. And the fact that you're sticking around, Rent Money, and you just gave away a really nice card. 007 says, save your RC and come to us. So
Well, it's true because like if people like, I just think it's like people can forever harp on hard for minnows. It's this that, and you know what? Like I'm not saying it's not hard, but what I'm saying is there's people are providing options where people can like earn SP or earn Steam or earn SBD, and they're not taking advantage of anyone, right? Everyone that does a list giveaway with us, right, is giving away
yeah,
something of their own, right? They're not asking for anything. They're not asking for an upvote. They may ask you to do a comment, which is literally like a random thing, or it could be like a poem, or it could be a GIF or something like that. But it's not like they're not asking you to go and make a post, because the last thing you want people who are joined is the last thing I say to someone if they join Steam. As soon as they join, I say to them, go out and comment until you get 100 followers. There's no point in posting to no audience, right? And that's the number one thing that Matt Clark told me as soon as I joined Steam. He said, don't even do a post until you have 100 followers at least, and you can do that by commenting. So I went out and I commented, and I worked hard, and I wrote decent comments, and not just great.
that's how I
Posts,
started out. No, that's however that's
effort in.
that was the only way to do it, because I mean,
Exactly.
I posted all the time and I commented like mad, and I still have friends to this day that I met my first month on Steam It 2 years ago. So that's a huge deal. And Rent Money, we're totally with you. Like we think this is a serious setback for the growth as far as numbers go. But sustainably and long term, we're not going anywhere until we can get more money. So even if we had 1,000,000 more users, it's going to run out if we can't get the money in there. So we've got to get the money in there first, then we can support the new users. That's my feeling. I hate it. If I were to come to Steam It today, I would have been like, no thanks. There's nothing in this for me. I can't post, I can't comment, can't make friends, can't make money. Like, why would I do it? And we're going to see a decline in growth as far as numbers are going. So, but those of you who've started recently and don't have the option of doing a lot of commenting and posting, just hang in there for a few more months, because it's going to become a little more viable as the dollar goes up, and then you post, you get money for what you did, you get SP for what you did. Mostly the SP, just powering it up so you can have more of that credit. You do have to start somewhere. I do feel like it's a little bit harder right now, but
it is. But there's avenues where people can get help.
There
so
is.
It's like we're all been around the block, and we're all smart people. So we know if we find someone that needs help, we can direct them to avenues where they can get that help. So
That's the thing
I
that there
think
is in place that there wasn't before. Like when I first started 2 years ago, it was like to each like their own. There was no real central place to hang out. Nobody really knew what was going on, who was doing what. I mean, Steam It Chat was in place, and that's where I went, but there just wasn't a lot of direction as to what to do. Like, really, honestly, the majority of the emphasis and fortune and good luck went to developers. Nobody like me was making any kind of influence or any kind of dent. It was like there was no room for art, there was no room for photography, no writing, no cool, interesting, like random stuff. It was all very dev heavy and very like kind of anarchist heavy, and it was interesting and I loved it, but like there was no way someone like me could get anywhere for at least a year unless I had some kind of investment or knew someone. And that's just how it was. But I did find a way to kind of make my own little dent, and eventually what it came down to was just who I became friends with. Like I commented on people's stuff and I got to know people and realized that there were things that I could do with them that I couldn't do without them, like collabs and stuff. So yeah, it's hard now, but in those days it was hard in its own right because it was so it was actually really centralized and it was really narrow and it was really crazy, like, but I loved it. I was so addicted, just like I am now. I can't help it. Like it's in my blood. It's just the way it is.
yeah, exactly. And it's like
I think
it's interesting where like, you know, I was just reading like the highest comment. I'm like, it's interesting because I was saying like, absolutely, like people working their way up, the key, right? But we need to teach them the right way. So like, when someone joins, it's pointless saying here's Steem it, like, you know, or here's the Steem blockchain and you're using like Particle or using Steempeak or whatever, and it's like here you go and start posting. But you know, like if you're not posting to it, like if you don't have an audience, you could like say if you wrote a really good post and it was like the best thing ever, right? And like no one's gonna see it. Like
no.
it's gonna get lost in the newsfeed, right? And no one is gonna see it. So like it seems to be like in some ways, right? And this would never work, right? But in a perfect world, if I was to make a change, I would say for someone for the first, you know, for the first 90 days, right? When you're brand new, all you can do is comment. And then after 90 days, it opens up the gateway where you can start posting yourself. Because I think like so many people like come on and they go can post and I can comment and they go, oh, I don't want to comment though, I'll just do posts. And then they work out, well, they're like, oh, I'm not getting any upvotes or I'm not getting any engagement. But if they don't have a following, like, and when people first join, you know, they get followed by 50 bots or something straight away, and then they perceive that those are people who are going to engage them.
Yeah,
like,
it's such a deception.
Database, absolutely. Like if I look at my following database and go, oh, I've got 1,800 followers, but you know what? To tell you the truth, I've probably only got 50 people that would daily interact with me through the platform, right?
Right.
So, and that's out of 1,800. So as your sample, if your sample is only 80 or 50 or 20, the numbers go right down the bottom.
I think that's such amazing advice. And one of the things that I know Tim Cliff has really tried to curb was helping newbies understand this. Another one was the welcome wagon with Dream Steem. I mean, there's a ton of people out there who are really just trying to educate the noobs. And, but yeah, like for me, when I started, I remember putting my heart and soul, blood, sweat, and tears into these posts that I wrote that were so intensely like the best work I've ever done in my life. And I'm like, this one's gonna get the votes, right? And I swear for 2 months, it was like crash and burn every time.
You know what? Like, I bet you wish you saved all that content for now because you've got to follow them.
Well, what I wish I would have done was saved my energy and actually just made more comments and friends. I mean, I was doing that already, but what I didn't need was the discouragement of putting so much of myself into something and then have it get quote unquote rejected. What I didn't realize was it wasn't getting rejected. You have to have followers. I didn't understand that because the way that it was being, the dialogue then was, you know, upvote, upvote, upvote. it'll get upvoted. And so, yeah, I figured it out. Like, eventually you're
It's
just
the
like,
algorithm,
it's nothing
yeah.
yeah, it's nothing personal. It's
It's the
about,
algorithm.
it really is about people. Like, you gotta meet the people. And yeah, I wish I would have saved all that energy, because what ended up happening was I had to take a break because I was in a crazy like divorce issue and was not online, and it was doing all these things. And then I came back later and had all this money in my account from the what you called the bull run. So yeah, I think that's the best advice. Like, just getting to know people. I mean, that's where I've met. That's what I've done is I've met the coolest people I've ever met in my life, just hanging out in the comments and Discord and like doing stuff with that. And I really admire like for the people who are just not getting anywhere, because some people, they'll get off the road, like off the charts within 3 or 4 months. My dad started, and within 2 months he was making like $20 a post, and I'd been doing it for a year and a half and wasn't making 5. And I was like, how did you do it? Well, someone sponsored him. Someone liked his stuff. He was really funny. He was a good writer, but someone found him. It was kind of sort of lucky. But he was commenting like mad and doing a lot of interactive stuff that I wasn't doing. And then other people take a year to get anywhere. And maybe it's hard because they haven't really figured out what it is that they really want to do. Maybe they thought it was photography. Maybe they thought it was crypto posts. Maybe they thought it was like something like cat posts. But you just sort of evolve into things that make you want to get up every day and feel excited about it. I feel like if you're just kind of regurgitating stuff just to get the post out, okay, there is something to be said for that. But for me, the main thing was I'm doing something that I absolutely love doing every single day of my life, which is I love people. I love Steem Monsters cards. I basically narrowed it down to I get to talk and hang out with people, and I get to talk about something that I'm crazy about. Like, who wouldn't want to do something they totally love? Like, I guess I got lucky in that regard, but really it wasn't luck at all. It was a long time of just kind of weaving my way through things that I loved and finding something that worked. And I'm not even that fabulous. I'm just sort of hanging out. So I don't know. That's my take.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's sort of like, I just think that, like, because people aren't prepared when they first join, like I was just saying before, like if someone joins and they start commenting and stuff like that, right? There's nothing more I love seeing than if I go over to like a page, like a new person's page, and they've done like, say, 30 or 40 comments, right? And they've done no re-steams. Because the worst thing they can do is they come into this platform and they're like, oh, like, oh, I might not have anything to post about, but you know what? I'll start re-steaming all this stuff, like, to their page, right? And then when they potentially want to start doing their own stuff, like you just want to keep a blank canvas. It's like your feed, like what you have on your profile, keep it sacred. Keep it like it's there on the blockchain, right? It's there forever. You can't unre-steam something. You can't unpost something. So it's like, well, unless it's in the first 60 seconds, you want to delete it. But like if you take the time, just take the time, like, and we need to give them safe passage, right, and explain to them how things need to be done, because people will just get lost. And then you can have a person who could join and, for the first month or so, they just re-steam, and they don't post. But like, who are they re-steaming?
Yeah, it's garbage.
To? Like,
I think of them as
someone
spam.
needs to explain to them like what the purpose of like what are you actually trying to achieve? And that's why like I get so frustrated with people forcing re-steams on people. It's like and I used to do a forced upvote, and I used to sometimes do a re-steam right ages ago, because you know what, I thought, oh yeah, this is the way to do it, this is the way, and you know what, it achieves absolutely nothing unless it's going to hit a target audience. And like someone brought up something yesterday to me, and they said about the whole forced follow thing, how people were forcing them to follow. Or I seen another good one yesterday where it was like, to participate in my giveaway, you need to also join my Discord or something. And it's like, these sort of gateways people are making are absurd.
It's inauthentic. And
it's just, and you can unfollow or just quit the Discord anyway. It just makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah, I
was
think
laughing.
As a newbie, re-steaming is one of the worst things that you can do for your own self. You shouldn't be re-steaming until you're really well established and have a consistent following, and your followers know what content you're putting out, and that when you re-steam something, it is really authentically because you think it's awesome and it's worth a look. But like Rent Money says, it would be cool if we could get a favorites list, like on Facebook. I think that's a great idea.
You can do that in SteamPeak.
You can?
I believe so. Yeah, you can set up a favorite list. Yeah, there's so many cool things you can do over there. It just takes
Oh,
like
Steam Peak.
I was talking to Jarby the other day, and I said like there needs to be like sort of like someone needs to run like a tutorial video, even if it's like 10 minutes or something, and
I
like take
actually
you
did one.
through.
No, I did one.
Oh,
I
did
did
you?
a Steam Peak tutorial video, and it's frankly,
Is it up to date?
no, it's like a month or two old, but I didn't know about the favorites, so maybe I could do another one. But yeah, it is.
Yeah,
It's like the Ferrari of user
that'd be
interface.
cool. Because I'm like doing a like Holazor and I are making up business cards for Contest Kings, and I want to put a QR scan code into a video for Steam Peak to take people through it, because I don't want to bring people through the Steamer window, to be honest with you, because I think that the bareness of the window, people aren't used to that coming over from Facebook or whatever else. They're used to all these things going on. And even though like Steam Peak is scaled back and it doesn't have all the ads and stuff popping up, it still has what I perceive as a polish that people want.
It has pretty much the way I phrase it when I tell people about it is that Steam Peak has pretty much everything a Steam user could ever want. And are you reading Reseller's comment?
Yeah. Bro, nah, man. He doesn't. What does he say? I asked for a force follow with no shame.
You don't need a force follow.
He can appreciate what he's got foresight in what's going on in the chain. So
He knows.
he should know. He should know how important it is to ensure that the way in which we recruit people goes about certain things.
I don't think Reseller's asking for a force follow. I think he asked for a follow.
He's joking. He basically always says that he's like,
Oh, okay.
hit that follow button. But hit that follow button is very different from going to someone. You've got to hit follow to participate.
Yeah.
That's very different.
I figured he was joking, but then I was like, wait.
Yeah, he's a bit of a prankster, that one. He's a bit of a prankster. But he's got my parcel on the way, so I've got to be happy about that. So
What kind of a parcel are we talking about? Solid gold bar?
just our no, just our promotional cards and stuff for Australia for Steam Monsters, just so we can go out on our recruitment drive.
Oh, the shame. Timon, right?
Though, it's true though about like the whole recruitment thing. It's like we really just got to tap into like when people join. It's like we need to like hone them in and explain to them like, hey guys, this is a recommendation of what you should do, because there's just nothing like that on like a lot of people join and they think they can go and delete something, and I guess they can in one way, like, but they can't go and delete a post though. And it's going to be there on the blockchain. If you say something to someone about something, there's a record of it, right? And someone can find it.
I think what we need to do is
self-education.
I think what we need to do is have Steam Peak be the user interface for Steam. I mean, that's it, or at least the main one. And then on the interface, we have a funnel where newbies can go to have the questions asked. I mean, we do have like a welcome page on steemit.com, and Tim Cliff actually manages a lot of that, which I think is good, but like
so many people don't find that though.
They don't. And the functionality of Steam Peak is just so much more intuitive and also user friendly and functional and useful that a lot of it, really, the training that you would get on this platform, if you were to put someone on the Steemit user interface and put someone on the Steam Peak user interface, I guarantee you, hands down, a new user on Steam Peak is going to figure out the platform a lot faster than someone on Steemit, simply because they have so many tools at their fingertips and so many like self-explanatory things that are just going to be like, oh, okay, that's cool, I get that. Whereas on Steemit, it's such a big, like, who knows what's going on. And I mean, I'm not trying to be critical of Steemit Inc. I know that their focus has not been user interface. I mean, they allow for an open source of sorts so that other developers can come up with something that's even better than what they have, and that's no secret. And their energies have been spent on the blockchain, on hard forking, and on SMTs, and so that's fine. I'm not trying to criticize them. I'm just saying, like what I would wish that they would do, and I've said this for months, a year, is that they would adopt something like Steam Peak as their main page. And frankly, I actually wouldn't be surprised if they're already talking about it. I'm just saying.
Well, Reseller was saying that, like, unfortunately, Steam Inc. would not go for a third-party UI being their go-to page. I guess the challenge would be, right?
They could buy it out.
Yeah, but it'd be also be to the fact that, like, say if like Steam Inc. agreed that, all right, we're gonna refer everyone to Steam Peak, and then, you know, this is not gonna happen. But say if Steam Peak shut down or something like that, and then there's gonna be all these people that are going, what? Like, I can't access the blockchain anymore, and then they're just lost and they disappear. Whereas, like, Steam Inc. wants them to come through Steam it and then go to the third party.
Yeah, but all they have to do is make a redirect. Not that hard. Or, you know, they could just change the format of it to match the structure of something like Steam Peak. So essentially, they would take the coding for it. Like, they would buy it, or they would give it to him and say, hey, you're in charge of this, and it's now called Steam It. I don't know. Actually, you don't want to do that either.
Well, there's people that will bring people, like, people that use Partico, or people that use, like, another small UI, right? Like, they'll bring people through that. Like, some people never see some people never see the Steam It window. Like, and this is, like, one thing I think we've got to remember moving forward is that, like, every person that we bring through Steam Monsters that registers through the Steam Monsters website, right? They're never getting directed to Steam It, right? So the only window they know is Steam Monsters. So we have to, like, keep in the back of our minds that, like, also, like, even on Steam Monsters, for example, right? There needs to be, like, I really think there needs to be a way for people to, like, be referred on to, hey, you can also do this and you can also do this, like, some way. I don't know how you
That's a
do
good
it,
point. You're making,
like, there could be someone who joins Steam Monsters and they're like, oh, what do you mean? I can stream on Vim?
Yeah.
And I can make a post about it. But it's like, you can't introduce someone to someone, like, on day one, because you know what? It's too much.
It is too much. Yeah, I mean, even just in my experience with recruiting people for the Steam Monsters game platform, really, when I was at the YouTube conference, for instance, or even just walking down the street and talking about it with people, like, I'm not going to be going, okay, so you get your Steam Monsters here, and then here's the market, and then here you can go blog. I mean, I'll do that in my emails and stuff, but really, it is so much information. People don't get it. They don't want it. They don't need it. But I do agree with your idea, which is, yeah, so they're on the Steam Monsters game page, the website, and then they're going to have a link to their blog. And when they go to the blog, then they're going to be like, what's this? And also maybe something that says you can have one too, or you have one too. Here's you know, like, when they, in fact, it'd be really easy. Like, on their collection page, when they log into their own account, all they would have to do is have another little button there that says, here's your, if you want to blog about your stuff. Boom.
Yeah, what's going to happen is, come out, right? So we assume when SMTs drop, like in March or whatever it's going to be, and then communities come, right? There's going to be community pages and stuff that can be set up, right? Which will have, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, because I potentially don't have all the information, but there'll be like a messaging service and stuff within these things. So, like, you know, people have a community platform, a community site where they can build from, you know? So, like, it'd be cool then if we could have a Contest Kings community page, and then, you know, we can have a section where there's going to be massive, right? So to be like, basically, like, just picture it's like a Discord on steroids, you know, like, it's going to have like all the things that you're going to need to do to run an effective community on Steam, right? So
are you talking
what
are you talking about is a Discord on steroids? I missed that part.
So, like, when SMTs drop later on, right, they're going to also drop the communities, right? So people will be able to make a community page.
Okay.
So different communities. So it could be like the Australia community, the Power community, the Steam Monsters community page, or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
and
like,
the more
we're gonna have our own as well, right?
Like, the more I think about it, because Triskel says there needs to be more integration between Steam and Discord, and like Steam Chat's the gateway drug.
Communities will do.
Yeah, I think that's kind of where that would come into play.
because like what it will be is, you know, say you had a community page for say contest kings, and within that we had our registered users, right, who we vetted, who we said were part of the community, and then there'd be a feed, and there'd be this, and there'd be that. So like, I think like we're gonna get to that point. It's just gonna take time still. Like, and as much as like people want us to get like down the racetrack and get ready to finish the race. I mean, this is a marathon. This is not a sprint. Like, and if it was sold to anyone as a sprint, I'm sorry, but this is definitely not a sprint.
I agree. I think that it does have a weed out sort of, and if it is sold as a sprint, those ones aren't going to stick around. The people who really get the vision of it stick around. Steam Peak. Oh, that's a good point. Steam Peak can't fork the UI, get millions to use the SPUI. There you go. Or Steam Peak can fork the UI, get millions. Well, that's the thing, reseller, is that I was sitting here whining because I'm like, they should adopt it as the main page. They don't need to. Steam Peak will grow on its own, and it will grow on its own merit, and it will be the page that people go to, frankly. And it'll have a misnomer because they're called Steam Peak, but really it's Steam.
It's also going to be like how it's juiced, right? So for example, right? So say we set up a community page, right? When this rolls out, right? And you're like, hey, we've got a community set up, and it's like, you know, in the Contest Kings community or whatever, and you know you can bring people in, for example, and they're going to be able to participate in contests where they're not going to get shafted by anyone, right? They're going to come in, they're going to be able to have fun, they're not going to have to like do and jump through all these hoops, right, etc., right? That's the sort of experience you want someone to bring into in a new community, right? You don't want to have to get them to, sell their
Figure it
soul
all.
basically
No.
or something.
Well,
You know?
and the thing is that when Steam It Inc. delegated their whatever 2 million SP to D Live, that benefited as much as a betrayal as they felt took place. It benefited not just Steam It, but it benefited the community to have a service like that. So I can't see what wouldn't work, like why it wouldn't benefit Steam It Inc. to delegate to someone like Steam Peak. I can't see why it wouldn't benefit them, because if they get that money and influence, I can see them doing a lot of amazing things with it. And Jarvie's no idiot, and he sees where things need to be. And yeah, Asgarth, I mean, they made this because they know what's actually needed. So I don't know. My thought would be it would be awesome if they got some delegation. I don't expect it. I don't think they have to, but it couldn't hurt. I can't see why it would be a bad thing.
Trisco makes such a good point. He just wrote, he's like, I wonder how many potential new users already thinking themselves. I've already
There
got a
are,
Steam account.
yes, there are a lot.
Oh, man.
I already
It's
have a Steam
terrible.
account. It's kind of annoying, actually, a little bit.
Like, it's like so many, and like, do you know, like, I remember, like, it's even if you go on, like, you know, pictures, I keep saying pitch and all these sort of words today. It's really not this. This is not a, someone said to me the other day, they're referencing, like, you know, scams and pyramid schemes and stuff in different things. And I said, it's interesting that, you know, all of those models sort of, they give you something for bringing someone in, for example, whereas like on Steem, you know, on the Steam blockchain, you know, if I bring someone into Steem, into the blockchain, it actually, if anything, right, I enjoy taking new people through things, but if anything, the burden on my time, it actually costs me time. Like, I don't gain anything at all. Like,
no, me neither.
Their votes or anything like that. I'm purely doing it out of the, hey, I found a really good tool and something you can use. Like, come and experience it and use it with me. It's like we don't literally make any money off of it.
Well, you and I have talked about this before, because really, in order for this place to be the way we need it and want it to be, is that's the kind of mentality actually that needs to be prolific. Because for those of us who came in here, we know what it was like. And so when we're able to influence others by either helping them or commenting on them or voting them up or doing whatever we can, we're kind of paying it forward in a way. And that's how I think this place, this platform will be successful, is having that pay it forward mentality. Because it's true, all the little like fledglings I've taken under my wing, no, I'm not going to get any money from them. I'm not probably even gonna get follows from all of them. A lot of them forget about me within a few months. Like, it's not like I'm getting a whole lot out of it. What I'm getting out of it is I want to see this platform grow and be a positive and flourishing place for people who just otherwise wouldn't be able to survive, frankly.
Exactly, and it doesn't make sense to if we're not going to help build it and grow it, but it has to be done the right way. One of the most difficult things I think that we've found, that the retention to keep people on the blockchain, right? I don't know what the retention rate is, and I'd love to know when 10 users join, how many of them are still active after 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, etc.
Yeah, like, what's the draw? Rent money, what is it for you?
You've got to go out and build your city, right? It's hard for people, right? I'm not saying that there's a right way or a wrong way, but there's definitely ways in which people have done things which worked well. So for example, I've said this a number of different times. So sorry if I'm repeating myself, but in Adelaide we have a meetup once a month. So we have a location that we all go to. Anyone who wants to go to a meetup, right, in Adelaide, we go to one place on the same time, same time, same place, same day of the month, like the last Thursday of every month. We are always at the same place to have a meetup. And what it does is it allows people to come there if they've got questions or they need help or they want to have a chat or they want to have a beer or a coffee or whatever it may be, or to bring their kids or whatever, they can come and talk about the blockchain or talk about life.
Yeah.
There's so many people now, we can't just expect people to go, oh, let's go to Discord, let's go to this, let's go to that, because some people need human interaction. So the best way to build your city is find a group of people in your area who are like-minded like you, who want to be on the platform, and then make something regular where you guys can all meet up. Even if it's say if 1 month only 2 of you rock up, but as long as someone is there and they know someone's going to be there, if word flies out in your town, in your city, and say it says here's hypothetical, say if they're oh, it's a Utah Steem meetup or whatever, and they know on the same day every month there's going to be people there who are on there. So the founder or whatever makes sure that there's someone there, and you'll be fine. People rock up to our meetups who we don't even know now, who have been on Steam for quite a while, who are just looking for a community to interact with, and that gives them a way that they can come back and stuff like that. Now, I'm not saying that that's a fix for everyone, but what I am saying is that that's another option you can use as a recruiting tool for people. People want to be around people, majority, right? But there's always exceptions to the rule.
Even the hermits love being on Discord and Steam it. It's just, there's something, I'm telling you, it's so different than Facebook and Twitter. It's just got so much more depth because there's such a different energy, and there is a draw. For me, I don't know, but I was obsessed with the whole technological aspect and the monumental changes that it implies on economy, world economy, and world influence, and banking. And I mean, that was huge for me. And being able to make something available to other people in third world and developing countries, that was huge for me. But mainly now it's just about fun. It's where I go to have fun. It's something, I mean, it's not the only thing I do to have fun, but it's like a family. So you're right. I think that connection is huge. And it's so funny because, even within 10 years, dating sites like meeting on Match.com or meeting your honey on some kind of dating site, that was so frowned upon. But frankly, anymore, you really can get to know people really well doing things like this and meeting people and watching the content they produce, how they interact, who they talk to, what they say. You really do. You can actually get to know people better on Steem it than you can in real life, because in real life you can fake stuff, and you can here too, but over a period of time you can watch how the real true fruits of a person when you see how they interact on the blockchain. I'm just saying, I mean, as anonymous as it is, you really do get to know people here. And Reseller says, I'm glad I've been off the market before all this internet dating stuff. I'd go crazy.
Yeah, it's true. Say for example, here's an example, right? So when I go on my trip and stuff like that, I'll meet other people on Steam when I'm traveling and stuff like that. Like, and the relationships that you build through personal connection are so much stronger. And like, it just for me anyway, they seem to be so much stronger than what I can make over the internet. For example, like if I talk someone on the blog is very different to if I talk to someone on Discord over the phone, vice versa. And you can build that rapport with someone. So when I come to the US next year, and then we go and have a meetup, and we go and have a coffee and a meal and a wine.
It is so
It's
much
going to
more
change the
powerful.
status of the relationship, and it just basically cements it as this is authentic. This is how
Absolutely.
it is, and
Absolutely.
it's causes different comfort levels for everyone. So some people don't feel comfortable talking on Discord. Some people don't feel comfortable going to a meetup, and that's completely fine. But we need to make sure that people are aware that if there are people in their community, there are options there for those people who do want to interact further so that we can maintain the growth in what we have. Because that's how Adelaide is going to get on the map.
I
And
think
when we
so
get to
too.
100 or 200 users, like when I go out and start recruiting for Steam, let's say I've got 100 people in a meetup and you guys start seeing photos, you're going to be like, wow, that's how you build a city. Like, and you can do it. Like, you can do it. And you just need some help.
Well, you guys, if you're ever thinking of doing a Steam It meetup or recruiting people to Steam or Steam Monsters, two things. Number one, if you need ideas on how to do it, talk to Matt, Clark, or 007. Number two, think of it as just one other way to make friends. A lot of people, like, you might go to a college class or have coworker parties or have some kind of gaming thing that you do, and we need to socialize as human beings. We need to have people to connect with. This platform is kind of an awesome way to do that because you're gonna have so many ways to find like-minded people, like interests, and like aptitudes. And for me, I mean, I tend to be pretty social, but like like it is for the hermit too. So I do think it's about friendships. I do. I think it's about relationships. Maybe it's about business for someone else. Maybe it's about art for someone else. But really, when it gets down to it, we're all just lonely souls on this crazy, overly large planet that's really made smaller because we have so many connections in one place that we can find. It's just about being connected, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely. I think it's like, and everyone's different. Like I said, and the meetups we have like at the moment we've got probably I would say we have 60% women, 40% men probably. So it's like I think there's a whole conception of obviously I don't know about you, but this is, and I may be totally wrong, but there's a big conception out there in the wider uh, people who aren't involved in crypto that crypto is a whole heap of guys
Yes.
together nerd but
Well, because they
it's
think of
anything
like
but
the
that.
Silk Road or black market, or they think of MLM and multi-level marketing and scams and pyramid schemes and Ponzi schemes. Like that's what people think of. Where I live in Utah, it is not like that. This is more technical. It's a very technologically advanced valley and community, so most people know what it's about. But anywhere else, like crypto, they think like crypto, like Crypt Keeper. Just a second. We had a comment from the Hive. He says, "I couldn't be in the same room as you, little one." Who are you? Who are you referring to? And what does that mean? I don't get it. The Hive is typing. Little scribe, read the next comment. Shh. I don't get it. Does anybody else get it?
Yeah, I think I get it. Anyway.
Little scribe pulls out all the knives. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, I think there's like people can, there's different ways people can go about recruiting and maintaining and building their city. And to be honest with you, like I sat down with Matt the other week and we sat down and talked, and we said, we'll build Adelaide, then we'll go build a sister city. Now, if that sister city doesn't happen to come from Australia, maybe I'll build a sister city in Cambodia where, like, I know there's people over there and stuff that want to have meetups and stuff. So it's like you need to go with like-minded people as well. So it's like if you can find common ground with people, it's a really, really important thing. And I think that's what's going to keep people around. So like, if say if Steam hits a peg of $5, $10, $20 and it stays there and say if it never gets any bigger and it stays at $5, I would know that the community that we're going to build in Adelaide is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And even though that might look $5 for like the Steam price on like Coin Market Cap or whatever, right? It'll be worth more to us because A, the relationship they built, and B, what we can utilize and do with it.
Absolutely. And there's so much more versatility when you have a community like that. So you're making it real by actually making real connections either from Steem or like leading into it. So I agree with you and with reseller meetups of some of the best things you can do.
It's true, like, and it's like it's hard for people to get them out of their comfort zone. It's really hard, and like I'm not saying for anyone to like, hey, go out to a meetup, like you should force yourself out of your comfort zone. I'm just saying that, hey, you know, some people like you may know like you may yourself not want to go out to a meetup, but you could have a friend who is in your town or something like that that may want to. And if you know where a meetup is, right, and even if you're not going to go, drop them a message and let them know just in case they want to go. Like, I think this is the only way we're going to win this thing. Like, that's how I know Adelaide is going to win. Like, in the end of the day, Adelaide will win out of the whole the rest of Australia because like we've got a regular meetup, people rock up, we collaborate, and it's not rocket science, but it does take planning and it does take commitment.
The Hive says, when are you having an Australian meetup in Ireland?
Well, I mean, look, eventually, hey, things are going well and everything's on track. I mean, there's no reason I can't take Contest Kings on tour.
Reseller says because science.
Yeah, it'd be good though. Like next year, I'll go in the US, and then I'll go to, I'll go to a few different states and catch up with people and stuff like that. And not everyone has the capability to travel interstate or overseas. But you know what? If you have your next door neighbor or someone else in your local area who are on Steam it, or you say to them, hey, look at this great tool I'm using, and and you give them a good rundown and you show them how to comment before going and posting, and you can have literally the people who live in your cul-de-sac or your suburb or your I'm trying to think of what other people call it in America, like your little
neighborhood.
Neighborhood, yeah, where you could have you could have a steamer meet up in your local neighborhood. There's nothing to say that you can't. Like, I mean, all these people are on Facebook, right? All these people are giving away their lives for free on Instagram. Like,
yeah, you
it
see,
doesn't make any sense to me. Like,
just
if you
redirect
want to give
your
away
energies.
free, like, yeah, exactly. Just use the Steam it mentality of your what is it like? It's like your thoughts and you're worth something, right? So why not learn from it?
I love it. I'm loving the pep talk. This is really awesome. Are you guys getting this?
The last thing I was going to say, Lewis, which is really important, is like with people like that you get involved into cryptocurrency, the number one thing they want to know, well, how can I get my money out? How can I get my money out? And another thing we do in Adelaide is that for people that like join and like come to our meetups and stuff like that, if people want to buy Steem, if people want to sell Steem or SPD, we have people there that can do that for them. So if someone comes up and they say, oh, I want to buy 200 Steem or something like that, we make sure that we have enough on hand. We can sell them some as well. So we want to basically enable people to buy and sell with us as well. So say, for example, if there's a lady there who brings, say, a dozen eggs, for example, and I say to her, hey, every month can you bring me like a dozen eggs? They're free-range eggs, etc., and I can just pay her an SPD or trade or whatever, right? So it's like you need to have people like way for people to get their money out, because you can't expect, and this is one of the challenging things, right? And this is a tool that I'm going to use when I bring in people into Steam Monsters, right? If I go recruit 12-year-old Billy to play Steam Monsters, right? Here's a good analogy. If I go recruit Billy and he wants to play Steam Monsters and Billy wins a tournament and he wins, say, $500, and Billy's 12 years old and he's in high school, just say he's in, the first year of high school, he wants to go buy a new bike or something, right? Or a new skateboard. It's an expensive skateboard for $500, but these things
reseller says, hey, little Billy, get in my van.
Get in the van, especially with the guy with the hat on. If he's got a YouTube shirt, run for your life. So to give you an example, right, if little Billy wanted to cash out his SBD, right, in his tournament, his mum's going to say, what do you mean Bitcoin? What, I have to withdraw it from a Bitcoin ATM? I have to put it on an exchange? Little Billy doesn't even have a bank account, all right? But he's got a Steam Monsters account and he's earned this money. So what I'm going to do is facilitate a way in Adelaide where Billy and his mum or whatever can come to a meetup, and then they can exchange their SPD for fiat if they want to, and we won't charge them transaction fees or anything. It's literally just a service to keep them in the community. And if people have the facility to do that, that's a really, really good tool to enable people to get their money out if they want as well. That's really important as well. So say if someone goes, you know what, I've really enjoyed my time here, but you know, I want to take a break or I need to cash out some money for a bill or something like that. They need to have a way to do that. If they have to jump through 15 hoops, like right now, like obviously crypto's going to change in the next, 3 to 5 years, but right now it's very hard for Billy to cash out that money.
So what are you saying? Right? What are you saying? What are you implying? I mean, are you saying that if this were easier, it would be a lot more mainframe? Like, what's the word?
If people could get their money out of crypto and exchange it, right? Without, obviously there's so many laws and stuff now where people have to identify and stuff like this. And majority of the people that are on our platform, a lot of people want to remain anonymous, right? So what I'm saying is that, like, when I go out and recruit for Steam Monsters, right, I'm going to go out and find 100 people to recruit, right, with all the cards, right, that I've got. And I'm going to find 100 people with the promotional cards and I'm going to recruit them. And I'm going to say to them, hey, every month we have a meetup at the Jade. You can rock up 6 p.m. on the last Thursday of every month. If you win any money and you want to exchange it, for example, you can come and we'll just exchange it with you for fiat, right? So all we do is get them to come to the meetup.
Oh, I see.
The SPD, and we give them the fiat, and then Billy gets his bike. Billy can go to Toys R Us and get his bike the next week.
So you'd be like a face-to-face exchange.
Exactly.
Oh.
And I'm not going to make money off of it. I'm not going to make money off of it. I'm just going to do it as a service, like to build our community.
Wow.
And then you know what? Like when Billy gets 20 years old, and I'm somewhere else, Billy can help take over the transfers for people or whatever. It's just about how you're going to think outside the square, right?
Good night,
I'm not
Funnel.
saying it's right for everyone, but
Thanks for hanging out, Funnel. Yeah, this is great. I love when you get going, and I hate that we're like already at 2 hours now, but I love when 07 gets going. I'm not kidding. Like, I love it.
Sometimes it's good to shoot the breeze though, right? Because like, sometimes someone will take away something and go, you know what, I get it now. Or like, hey, that's a really good option for me, or something like that. So
see you, reseller. Thanks for stopping by.
Reseller. What's with him and that like sheep thing? It's so weird.
I think it's a hippopotamus.
No, it's a sheep and it's like got furry hair. Does reseller actually?
No, I don't think it's furry hair. I think it's rainbow wool. I don't think it's hair.
Reseller, do you have a van? I really hope you don't. Where's little Billy? Where's Billy?
Run, Billy, run!
It's true though, right? You got to think. Like, it's just one of those things where if you want to go out and recruit for Steam Monsters, you've got to think about these things, because if Billy wins that money, if I convince Billy's mother to let him play, right, and she says, well, how does little Billy get his money out? I say, well, here's a way for you to do it, man.
Yeah, come down on 4th and, Bintner Avenue, and I'll give it to him. I wish I lived in Adelaide right now. Like, you guys are gonna be the bomb. It's crazy.
What about if I eventually US? We can just start a movement over there. What do you think?
What if what? Sorry?
I said, what about if I move to the US eventually? We can start a movement.
I will be your campaign manager. I'm not kidding. Call me.
Is there somewhere like between like? I'd have to go somewhere between like Is there somewhere between like California and Utah? Somewhere like
I was just gonna say, you either need to do the West Coast or you need to do Utah. What's in between is Nevada. It's no man's land. You're not gonna get anywhere there. I grew up there.
Utah though, because I do like the Utah Jazz, and they do have 2 Australians that play in their basketball teams.
Well, so there you go. Yeah, I think you need to make your way out here. And
you can sponsor me. I can only stay for 3 months though, and then I'll get kicked out, right?
Yeah, I think is it 3? I felt like it's 6.
I might have to get married. Are we getting recorded anymore? Is this getting recorded?
It's getting recorded.
Is it?
We'll find somebody.
Recorded still?
Yeah, it's still streaming. We'll find somebody free to marry.
We're in deep trouble. As soon as the government finds out this, we're in deep trouble.
Well, remember a few weeks ago we talked about you need a Steem Monsters bride, and we're gonna get you a Selenia Sky Gold ring.
Absolutely. I'm sure I'm meeting a lot of people on my travels over the next few
Yeah.
6 to 12 months. I'm sure.
We'll scrape somebody up for you.
Thanks. I just don't want anyone. Come on now. They have to imagine if you tried. Imagine if you set me up with someone that forces a re-steam and a follow in their content. I mean,
You're like, this is the contest kings you're talking to.
I'll be like, you know what? I want a divorce. I'm not even married yet. I want a divorce.
I'm gonna unfollow you. But no, but seriously, like if I wish I could live in Adelaide right now. Like serious. I wish I did. But
what I said to Matt, it'd be cool if we we could eventually sit and start doing a stream of our meetup or something. You know, that'd be really cool.
oh, Sparksy wants to say something.
Oh, unmute him. I didn't mute him though. I can unmute him though. He's probably at work.
Oh.
Hang on, I'll unmute him. Oh, there you go.
You trying to say something? I think it's a butt dial.
Sparksy, speak now, forever hold your peace.
Yeah. But just down to.
Yeah, he's butt dialing.
He's pocket dialed. Let's turn that off just in case he says something bad.
Yeah, what if he's like having intimate relations? Turn it off.
He's at work, I believe. He works in like a office. But yeah, it's good. It's good to shoot the breeze every now and then. I think I feel like we had a productive conversation though. You had some really good points to describe about like the future and stuff like that. And it's like we have to make hard decisions now to benefit us long term. Like that was a huge, really, really good comment you made.
I think it was hard for them because you don't want to be the bad guy, but I know they thought on it for a long time and it sucks. But it's not that long. It's just a few months. People are going to be running off and saying, screw that. Rent money has to go. See you later, rent money. Thanks for the mystery guess card game.
Yeah, that was funny. But it's like it's just good to like sometimes when you have these streams, like it's good to just sometimes it's bad to go on a tangent, but sometimes it's good because we can get some productive conversation out of it. You know, like 1 week we got how to write a prenup. This week we're talking about
Steem it meetups.
the future of the blockchain.
Yeah, I love tangents actually. And the tangent for me right now is I have to run because I have to put my 4-year-old to bed. But
no worries. I've got to go to sleep actually. I've been up for a long time. It's like midday in Adelaide, but I've been up since about 6 p.m. yesterday, so I've got to crash.
Oh wow!
And I've got to go to a mini Steem It meetup tonight.
Oh, I wish I could go hang out. Sounds so fun.
A mini one. We're gonna go to a pub, have a couple of beers.
We'll definitely keep in touch while you're in Taipei.
Oh, you'll still have me next. No, you'll still have me next. You're still gonna have me on a Thursday when I'm normally here, but it'll just be I'll just be talking to you from a different continent.
Okay. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us today. This was kind of fun, like tangential
Thank you.
stuff.
I'm just the what am I? I'm the thorn to the rose.
Aww.
So are the days of our lives.
You guys, we love you.
If anyone's still listening to the stream after 2 hours,
yeah.
send me a DM and I'll give you a prize.
Yeah, seriously.
See you later.
Okay. See you all.